got a three-way for you today. Now, Birra Moretti, I wanted to do that against Stiegl and against Pabst, but I only had one Birra Moretti left, so I have to do a three-way. Now, as you can see, Birra Moretti and Pabst are very similar in color, and Stiegl is more of a lemony goldish color. These are nice ambered colored lagers. What do we have here? We have 4.8%. I can't remember. I wrote it down here. Let's see. So, Birra Moretti's, it's got a rating of 68 on Beer Advocate, which is a poor rating, and it's 4.6%. Stiegl has a rating of 89, which is very good, and it's got a ABV of 4.5. Pabst has a rating of 69, which is poor, but it's 1 point better than Birra Moretti, and it's got an ABV of 4.8, so this is the strongest, followed by Birra Moretti, and then Stiegl is the weakest and the lightest in color. But Stiegl is rated the highest, followed by Pabst, and followed by Birra Moretti. I don't know if I'd be able to tell a difference between the Pabst and the Birra Moretti by appearance, because they appear to be very similar in color. Practically identical, but there's a definite difference between this one. So let us start mixing things up here, and we'll get to taste them, see which one is the best. By the way, I let that Pabst stew in the refrigerator all day, so its temperature is now down to the same level as that of the Stiegl and the Birra Moretti, all around 35 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, well, let's get to tasting and get this done and over with. It's got a slight lagery smell to it, or an aroma, very slight. Kind of watery, unimpressive. Much stronger, much stronger, much better. And this one may be the strongest yet. So, now where'd the beer go? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. It had a stronger taste that time since I took a big swig. There are some differences. Flavor is about the same, except the feel of this one was a little bit different at first, but it wasn't too bad. I'll take a bigger swig here. Goes down smooth, typical hoppy lager taste. Not a very bitter finish, not a very dry finish. Can't complain about that. It seems to be a little stronger. Although I said at first that this one was stronger. But now this one tastes stronger. Although the finish was stronger, it seems, on this one than it was on that one. This one's got some dryness at the end. Some dryness that makes you do this. It's kind of got a definitely different finish, different flavor than these two. I'm betting this is a Pabst. But I think I could definitely prefer this one over this one. Oh, let's talk about the types of beers. The Pabst is an American adjunct lager. The Birra Moretti is a European pale lager, and the Stiegl is a Helles. So you might ask, what's a Helles? Basically, it's a lager. But Helles, I believe Helles is typical of Bavarian beer. And unless I'm mistaken, Stiegl, I believe, comes from the area near Salzburg, Germany, but it's in Austria, I'm pretty sure. And Salzburg, or is Salzburg, Germany? Hell, I can't remember. I was just there last year. I went to see the Kelstein House. Which many of us know as Hitler's Eagle's Nest. I remember the signs, following the signs, Salzburg. So it's down there in that little corner of Germany, in that southeastern corner. The Kelstein House next to the Austrian border. And in or near the town of Salzburg. But I can't remember if Salzburg is in Germany or if it's in Austria. But I'm pretty sure that Stiegl comes from Austria. This one seems to be the most watery. You think that watery beers are indicative that it's an American beer. Because a lot of Europeans have this stereotype about American beers, that being watery, implying that they're weak. I wouldn't say that they're weak. I would say they just have an off-putting taste to a lot of them. They're just not that good. Because when beer was first brewed in America, they didn't have all the ingredients that they had in Europe. They had to use substitutes. Adjuncts. And that's why they call them adjunct lagers. They use things like rice and corn and other adjuncts instead of the malted barley. They also had to ship the hops over from Europe because hops weren't found in the U.S. when they came, I think. It's tough. It's tough to have to pick one, because when you take a drink of one right after drinking another, I guess you're kind of getting a mix of flavors. And what I really need to do is drink some water between a sip before I take the next beer to sort of clean off my tongue, get the beer out of my mouth, and have a fresh beer come in. I'm kind of liking this one the best. It'd be funny if that's the Pabst, huh? I think everybody will be surprised if it's the Pabst. I'll be surprised. But as far as American adjunct lagers go, it seems a lot of people have recently, or maybe in the past 10 years or so, I think hipsters or whatever started drinking Pabst. Or it used to be Budweiser or Miller or Coors. This is a very consistent beer, but it's not strong. It's just got a finish to it that I don't like. I think this definitely has that adjunct lager taste to it. I don't really care for this one that much. I'm ranking this one third. So it's between this one and this one. So who is number one and number two? That's pretty good. It's got some taste to it, some flavor. More so than this. Well, this, and this. So I could tell right away this is Stiegl. Kind of thought that. And this is the Pabst. Unbelievable. Pabst wins. Wow. And Birra Moretti comes in last. It's Birra Moretti that has this terrible aftertaste. Who would have thought? I never really picked up on that before. Pabst. What a surprise. Well, they're in the same order which I started with. We have a Birra Moretti here, Stiegl in the middle, and Pabst on the end. I was thinking that the middle one was Stiegl, and I don't know why. Pabst comes out on top. Unbelievable. And Stiegl beats Birra Moretti. What do you think about that? Is my tongue, my palate, my sense of taste all screwed up? Some people probably think so. How can some people take their beer drinking seriously, and they get offended if you don't like the same beer they do. But I don't care. I'm trying to be objective. Well, how can you be objective when you're doing something like taste? People have different preferences for taste. And there are certain, people like certain foods, and other people don't like those same foods, and so on. So it's subjective. It's opinionated, and it's not scientifically based. But I'm giving you my experience here. This is probably the strongest one, the strongest flavor, the best flavor. This one was watery, and this one had a terrible finish to it. Kind of remind me of Peroni, but I never really picked up on this finish before. Frankly, up until now, I always thought the Birra Moretti was a pretty good beer. But I guess that explains why it's the lowest rated beer on Beer Etiquette. What I'm surprised is, I mean, this is rated slightly higher than that 1 point, Pabst here. But I'm surprised it beat Stiegl, an Austrian hell. I wonder if it says on the can here where the hell it came from. Well, it just says Stiegl Hell, product of Austria. Helles lager beer. Product of Austria. So, now these are pints. Or this is close to a pint. This is probably a 1 pint, 0.9 ounces. So it's a 50 centiliters. Or half a liter, or half of a tenth of a liter. Pabst. I might have to start drinking this shit. I mean, I got 4 pints of this for under $6 at Walmart. And I just happened to be at Walmart and took a stroll by the beer sections just for shits and giggles to see what they had there. When I saw Pabst, I thought, wow, that'll be good for my beer comparisons, because I haven't had Pabst in many comparisons. Now that's kind of got that lemongrassy flavor that I mentioned in another video, but it's not strong. That's not bad. It really isn't. It could be better, but I'm surprised. I mean, this is definitely stronger than the Stiegl. And I think it was even stronger than the Birra Moretti as far as taste goes. It's also got the highest alcohol content of the 3, but that doesn't always mean that the beer itself is going to be strong. I mean, you take some stouts, like Guinness Stout. It's only 5%, but it tastes like water. Well, that's because they put that nitro in it, when they put it on tap, which makes it foamy and watery. I don't like it. Same with Old Speckled Hen on tap. They put nitro. Now, Old Speckled Hen is a good English ale, but I prefer it in the bottle. In the bottle, to me, it's much better than on tap. Because frankly, when they put that nitro in it, cause it all that foam up, well, it's almost like drinking water. It's like drinking flat beer almost. I don't know, maybe that's why people like Guinness Stout so much, because it goes down like water. I don't know. Hell, Pabst might be my go-to beer. If I want to go to just get some beer for shits and giggles and drink it at home, hell, I might have to go to Walmart and get Pabst. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, I could drink it. I don't have a problem drinking it. And it's cheap. And everybody likes cheap. This, okay, compared to this, the Stiegl has a bit of an IPA feel to it. A citrusy IPA. It's citrusiness in here. Much more citrusy than this. Although the citrusiness isn't isn't strong, isn't overwhelming, like in some IPAs, which are very citrusy. It's there. That's why I said lemongrass before. Lemony taste and with some bitterness. So it depends on your taste, your mood. Like I said, it's subjective. And if I would have done this on a different day, then right now, I might have chosen this one. Hell, I might have even chosen the Birra Moretti. Although it's unlikely because the aftertaste really got me with this particular bottle. And like I said, I never picked up on that before. But that is pretty good. And this one is surprising. All right, past 20 minutes. That's enough for this video. I like to keep these things short because I know most people have a short attention span. They watch 5 minutes of video, 3 minutes, whatever, and then click off of it. Oh, I'm bored. Let me go find something else. Let me go find a video with girls in it. Well, sorry, you're not going to see any T and A in this video. Just me drinking beer and saying stupid shit. So, there you go. Thanks for watching.